hold on to this.
Yeah.
Again, the 10 sacks. The 10 sacks for UNM's defense was a school record. They only had 15 yards rushing. New Mexico State did, so that'll be top 20-ish for fewest rushing yards ever allowed by UNM. And I believe you are now Danny won his first one. Coach Davey won his first one. Bronco won his first one, and now you have won your first Rio Grande rivalry. So 4 straight coaches have won their Rio Grande rivalry. Opening game and 3-1 for the first time in quite some time, since 2007. Opening statement, then questions.
What a great day. A great day for the University of New Mexico, great day for the state, great day for the city of Albuquerque. So thankful to our fans, the way you guys came out and supported us today. I think for our players to see a sellout crowd, to see that energy in the stadium. I mean, our players, even when you were driving from the hotel and they just saw the gridlock of all the traffic, you could tell they were getting excited about it. So, very proud of the way we played. I thought that was a dominant second half, that we really took control of the game after having some self-inflicted wounds that we got to clean up there. So there's definitely things that we can do to play better. I thought in the first half we had the Lobos beating the Lobos, but great win for us, and we got to celebrate this one quick because we got a short week playing Friday against San Jose State.
I feel like I probably already know the answer here, but given the day that he had 300+ yards, 4 TDs, I think like a 70+% completion percentage. What do you think of Jack's performance today?
Jack was awesome. And again, I knew this was going to happen eventually, that some team was going to say screw it and play all man and get down. And they, as the game went on, they really challenged our receivers instead of one-on-one. We're going to stack the box and stop the run game. So I think that was excellent that we showed that, all right, if you want to do that, we can hurt you other ways. And Keegan played big, Sean Miller played big, and Jack was just outstanding. Really did a great job, and one of those ones we checked to, we can put it in during the game once we saw what they were doing. So we were, that's kind of where it's nice to have the headset communication. We said, all right, we're going to call a run play, but if they bring everybody up again, you can check it to a shot. And I checked it and hit the big one to Keegan down the stretch. But he was a warrior. He was awesome, and good to get the win.
I think 6 true explosives in terms of 20+ yards, but there was a couple that were like 19, 18 yards. So he kind of graded down a curve there. Is this more of the pass attack that you kind of wanted to see when you came here?
Yeah, because if you run the ball well, you should have opportunities to get one-on-ones and to throw the ball over people's head. And I've never been a guy who loved, 4-yard passes. You might as well just run it one more time. You're going to throw a 4-yard pass. So when you do throw it deep. We had some good ones today.
Coach, Bob Davey came and left. Danny Gonzalez came and left. Lock him in all day. But none of them were able to capture the fans' interest the way you had in your second home game. Is it as simple as saying it's just about wins and losses, or what is it?
I think it's a combination. You got to win, but I think you got to connect with the community. I think you've got to be a part of the community and embrace it. I think our staff, our players have done a good job of that. I was thankful last week on our bye week. We had a bunch of guys. They had a cancer walk or bike race that was here, and we probably had 20 players who volunteered their time to do that. We had our players go help move that the Aggie that we burned the other night and help carry that. We really want to be a part of this community, embrace it, and I think our team has done a great job of that. So that combined with winning, because you can't just be nice guys that show up to everything and then lose. So that together, I think, is a key to turning things around.
You got a chance to shake hands with Holly Holm before the game, but
yeah.
I Show Speed. Have you ever heard of him?
My son is, my 10-year-olds love YouTube and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to say him. I thought about trying to say hello to him at halftime, but then I thought, hey, we're down by 3. That might be a bad look if I say hello to him at halftime. We end up losing this game, so I didn't want it to go viral for coaches trying to talk to the YouTubers. He left already, probably. I didn't get to meet John Jones either, so John, I want to meet you sometime. Let's have you by practice. But it was good to meet Holly. Great job by our team getting all those people out here. I know we've ever been at a game where we had like influencers and stuff.
You kind of got really animated on the sideline late in the game there. I think with a false start, third, fourth down. I don't know. Just talk about the energy. I don't think any of us have seen a head coach do that here either.
I'm not even sure what play you're talking about. But
There was a false start. You started.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get the crowd into it because I want them to understand they impact the game. I mean, this is a great thing because you don't have to come and just watch and sit in your hands. You can come and impact the game. So I thought that was great to see that. I want them to understand that is them. Them making a lot of noise caused that guy to jump offside. So, come not just to watch, come to impact the game, and it's a lot of fun knowing that you have a say in the outcome. And that's how big time football is. We could be big time football here. I know our stadium doesn't seat 100,000 like Michigan, but can make it really big time right here where we're at in Albuquerque and have fans who impact the game just like they're going to do in the Penn State-Oregon game tonight.
Coach, you talked about the Lobos being the Lobos. Second quarter, you leave the ball in your territory for the Aggies, and it's been kind of a theme for your team. But you guys' resilience and bounce back. What is it about this team that, when you have those mistakes, they overcome them and don't let it get to them?
I think you get what you emphasize in coaching, and probably just in life. If you really emphasize something, you usually show improvement on it, and that's something we just constantly emphasize is how do you respond? How do you respond when something bad happens? And we got to coach that situation better. I really hated our series there at the end. We had a 4th and 1. We had 2 timeouts left, and we were switching personnel, which you can't do because you want to make sure we got to get the first down. That team hasn't been great stopping the run. We got to run the ball and get it, but we can't change personnel because you're in a 2-minute mode. You got to run it out of 3 wides. And that's why we had to waste a timeout. I think after we wasted a timeout, maybe I should have went ahead and punted. But really what I want to do is we got to have a play ready where if we have a 4th and 1 and we have timeouts, we can stay in the same personnel, we can go execute it. I thought in the first half, I thought they played harder than us. That's not me. I got to do a better job getting our guys ready for the rivalry game and things. I thought we corrected that in the second half, but I thought in the first half, especially probably their defense against our offense, I thought they played harder than us.
And now that you got the win, how big is it to build off the UCLA win and leave this crowd of 37,000 happy?
Well, that was my thought all week because I knew we were going to have a great crowd. I mean, Fernando and his team did such a great job promoting this game and getting the tickets sold and working to make sure the parking was smooth, so hopefully those fans had a great experience. And I really wanted to show them a good show. And I think they got a good show. They got a heck of a game and saw a great effort in the second half. So hopefully they say, hey, I want to keep coming to these games. I'll come back in a few weeks when we play Nevada and then Utah State. And, as fun as we had today, we got 4 more opportunities at least in the stadium to do that. So we got to take advantage of those.
Coach, in the middle of the third quarter, they made an announcement, a sold-out stadium. It's never happened before. What was going through your mind?
Oh, it's
14. This was the 14th sellout.
Yeah.
Oh, the 14th. Well, what was going
Been a
through?
long time. It's been a long time. 2007 is a long time ago. I was coaching at Winona State. I was the O-line coach at Winona State, Division II school in Minnesota, 2007. So that was a long time ago. I wasn't thinking about being the head coach here.
That was like 3 kids ago.
I only had 2 children. Just tremendous. And again, I looked at this job when I took it. From meeting with Fernando, I didn't see the job for what it meant. I saw what it could be. And the same way I look at recruits. I don't try to look at recruits where they are right when we recruit them when they're 18 years old. I try to see where they could be in a few years. And I envisioned what we had today. I envisioned beating Power 4 teams. I probably, how fast it's happened to have it within 4 games that we accomplished both of that is pretty awesome. But I'm not very patient, so it's all right.
Perfect.
Coach, you said just now you thought the Aggies played harder than the Lobos in the first half. Did you communicate that?
And I would say this, particularly their defense against our offense.
Did you communicate that to your players, and if so, how?
I did. I made a point of that. I brought that up because certainly that gives you an opportunity. And I knew they were going to play their tails off. I got to do a better job. And I think they played, as good as they played all year. Especially that Louisiana Tech game kind of got away from them at the end. But they're a good team. Coach Sanchez is a good coach. I thought they were really ready to play and played well against us.
Coach, you kind of touched on this already, but every coach that comes through here has talked about wanting to accomplish what you accomplished here today. And you said what went into making that happen, but to make it happen so quickly, what does that say about how special this group of everyone involved is to make today happen?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to a lot of people. I'm very thankful for the people, like our boosters and fans and supporters who've been here since day one. Because certainly the bandwagon's open. We'll welcome anybody on, but I'm very thankful to the people who've been with us from the start that are truly diehard Lobos. I'm very thankful to our players who stuck around, and believed because so many guys left. So thankful to guys like, Richard Pierce and Sean Miller and Gabe Lopez, Okiki, those type of guys. And then, thankful for the staff, who believed what we were going to accomplish here. We had a lot of guys leave good places for the opportunity to come here. And so I'm very thankful for the belief they had and all the players who believed in what we were doing without having evidence of that. And so there's a lot of people who are certainly involved in this. And, we can't feel content. We got a lot of work to do. Now we get to go play conference ball. We're putting ourselves in a great trajectory for being a bowl team. But we can't relax. We got to keep striving, and this will certainly be a big one. I'm very excited for my first Mountain West game on Friday night.
The first 3 games, it seems like you guys weren't quite able to get home on the quarterback and in the backfield as much as you obviously would like to. So to see a performance out of your front seven like you did today, just speak on those guys.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had a game when I was a coach where we had 10 sacks. So I thought that was just tremendous. How we got after him and how we finished on that quarterback. And the stats only say 9. You sure? Did we short one? We got 9 sacks here.
It's 10. I'll fix it.
Let's get those
I know
stat
which one
guys
it is.
going here.
I know which one it is.
We gotta get our stat guys up to the
10.
trajectory of the program here. You know what I'm saying? We have A+ efforts. We need A+ stat guys. So Keyshawn at 2.5. Jackson got 1. I was going to see him get 1. That was a smart play by him because he saw the formation they were in. They were going on balance to sprint out to try to get away from our rushers. He did a good job making that. So a lot of awesome things today.
Loney has kind of talked about how there's a difference between good, great, and unstoppable when you're playing up front and all that. And he felt that Keyshawn kind of got into the great territory against UCLA. Do you think he kind of waded into the unstoppable territory today?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. We got to still clean him up on not jumping off sides so much because he had a few of those. But he's tough to block, man. He was ripping off the edge, doing a nice job.
Was that an alignment issue with him on the offsides, or what was kind of your viewpoint on why there were so many?
Well, early in the game, we were just in the neutral zone. He had his hand over the ball on one, and we had to do a better job on coaching staff getting that fixed. And I think that is exactly what I was worried about in a game like this, where there's like a lot of emotions going and you're amped up, and now a simple thing like making sure you're not, 4 inches into the neutral zone that you usually are pretty good at, you miss. But we got to keep coaching that better. And then one later, I think he was trying to time the snap count, which is a dual-edged sword. I think he made like a 2nd and 10, 2nd and 5.
I know you said in the past that you want to field punts when you can. Was Miller supposed to field that one, or how did that kind of play out?
Here's what you want to do. You want to field punts in the air, and then you can catch them off one clean bounce. Once they start bouncing twice, it's a problem. Once they start bouncing twice, and so that was a poor decision. We had to do a better job coaching him. He was new this game. It was his first game doing it as a Lobo, so I think we got to coach that better.
In terms of all those Dorian shovel passes, was that something you guys saw on film and wanted to put in for this one, or was that just kind of there?
Just trying to always find creative ways to get him touches, get him the ball. I don't know how many touches he ended up having. He had 8 targets, 6 catches, a touchdown. So, really the trick play was kind of, his touchdown really was probably designed more to go to Cade Keith, but the guy covering him kind of recognized it was a trick play and went to cover Cade and left his own guy wide open. So that was very heady by Jack and very heady by him.
In terms of what NMSU did, obviously, except for the Michigan games, you guys have been, really good on the ground and all that. What did NMSU do today, in your eyes, to kind of stop that run game a bit?
Yeah, 9 guys in the box. There's a lot of times they had 9 guys in the box, and if you're in 12 personnel, with 2 tight ends, you got 7 blockers. So if you have 9 guys in the box and you got 7 blockers, you got 2 free guys, and that's if you have 7 really good blocks. Sometimes the guy doesn't get his block great things. So they did a really nice job stopping our run game, but I think we will certainly give pause to people to continually do that if we can hurt them over the top and get big plays in the passing game.
How big of a recruiting weekend was this for you guys?
Awesome. We had 6 guys in a official visit. We had a lot of unofficial visitors here. We had at least one guy who was. We had a couple guys who were committed to other schools who still wanted to come and check us out. So it was awesome recruiting weekend. And again, that's as good of a recruiting tool as you can have to see a sold out crowd like that.
Last one, and I want you to players. Coach, obviously, Jeff, over 300 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. How dangerous is your offense when you have such a threat from the passing attack?
I think we have a very dangerous offense, and again, I think one, credit to Jack Lane. I think he's playing his best football of his career. Credit to Coach Slice. I think he's, one thing Coach Slice is really good at is generating constant improvement. And I think he's really generated a team that's constantly improved and an offense that's improved and making good strides. So I saw you had your head up for a while, Ruby. I'll give you one more too. She was trying to put her hand up.
Thanks, Coach. You guys were down by 3 going into half, and then you guys outscored the Aggies 24-3 in the second half. What did you tell the guys in the locker room?
Well, I told them that, there's a lot of things. We were out rushing them in the first half. We were better on third down in the first half. We had 6 sacks. They had 0. So I said, I think we're the better football team, but we're doing self-inflicted stuff to beat ourselves. We were losing the turnover margin. We had more penalties in the first half. Stuff that I thought they were playing harder. We had some things that we had to clean up on our end, but I said we can do that. We have 30 minutes to do that. I thought the team did a great job of responding, and we took control. We didn't beat ourselves in the second half to control the game and get the win. So, all right.
Okay, let's switch it up.